Hello, Vidau. How are you all? So, a very good evening from my side. So, this is the last session on the very important chapter of your syllabus, chapter number 7, performance, measurement, and evaluation. Okay. So, let's revise whatever we have discussed in the last session, because as I already told you, that there will be a combo question on building block model and organization that are not in profit, non-profit sector. So we have already completed about the topic building block model and started why there is a need for performance measurement in not-for-profit organization. What are the challenges they are facing? Today we will complete that topic by addressing the model through which we will measure and evaluate the performance of a not-for-profit organization. ठीक है बेटा, चलिए. Fatima, good evening. Suresh, good evening. Seema Suresh, good evening. Sandhya, good evening. Rashmi, good evening, beta. Any doubt in the last session, beta? Let's discuss that one before starting the revision. Any doubt to anyone regarding the topic building block model? And we have covered some 2 or 3 questions on balance scorecard also. Any doubt in those topics? You can ask that doubt. And after that, we will take a quick revision on the topic building block model and some part of the organization not for profit sector. Shrivani, good evening, beta. Okay, no doubt to anyone? Okay, so let's start the revision. Building block model. The very first point, author name, the author names who have developed this model is known as Switzerland and Moon. Okay, basically this model was devised for service industry. But as the popularity gains in service industry regarding this model, many organizations who are engaged in manufacturing sector have also applied this model successfully. So right now the status is it can be applied to any industry, not any specific service industry alone. Okay. This model special characteristic is how to identify in examination that this question relates to building block model. The first point is they will provide us the name building block model. Very easy. They will not provide us the name, but they will provide the name of the author. Then also it's very easy. But the real problem starts when they have neither given us the model name while also not given the author name, and still building block model is applicable. So what's the special point that is not covered in any of the remaining 3 models? And that point is very, very important: comparative performance. This is the only model which allows the comparative performance performance of our own department oblique organization with our competitor department oblique organization. So the comparative performance is very important. Some technical word, dimension, determinant, these technical words are also exclusively used in building block model. Okay, so the complete building block model has been bifurcated into 3 parts. The main part is dimension, then standard, then the rewards. But the critical success factor is undoubtedly the dimension. Dimension has been further divided into 2 parts, determinants and result. Can you please recall, beta, which is dependent on which one? Whether determinant is dependent on result or whether result is dependent on determinant. Can you please recall that one? Okay, very good, beta. The result of determinant will decide the result. है ना? जो भी determinant का outcome होगा, that will decide the result. In result, we are having 2 points. The first point is financial performance of our own. We will measure and then evaluate. And the second one, most important one, comparative performance. Okay. While there are total 4 determinants suggested by this model, which are non-financial in nature. The first one is quality, flexibility, innovation, and resource utilization. More or less, these non-financial measures are also covered in the balance scorecard and also in performance pyramid. Okay, so the main point of difference is through comparative performance, through the word dimension, through the word determinant, we can identify if there is no other hint given in the question regarding the application of building block model. Okay, standard are the KPI. Whenever you fed the measure, how to measure the objective are achieved or not, then definitely we are having 3 KPI characteristics. These are not the KPI, these are the characteristics available with that KPI. The first characteristic is it should be equity. It means the challenge level should be same for all the department concerned. I'm not saying the challenge should be same. We are saying the challenge level should be same for all the department. No department should be in a dilemma that I have given the toughest target while the other department is given a moderate target, because that will not serve the purpose of goal congruence. Second is ownership. Involve those departmental manager whenever you are deciding the measures to be taken to check whether our objectives have been achieved or not. Okay. And then finally, there is one more characteristic, and that is achievable. If there is a very thin difference between not achievable target and achievable demanding target. Whatever the capability of the department is, undoubtedly the target should be more than its capability, then only the performance will be there. But it should not be cross the line so that the target become unachievable in the very first instant. अगर वो target ही unachievable हो जाएगा, then it will create a problem. Take a simple example, beta. If suppose there is a T20 match going on, the first batting team has scored 180 runs. It's a challenge. It's not an easy target. It's a challenging target, but it can be achievable because in the past there are many instances that the chasing team has successfully chased the target of 180. It should be challenging one. While suppose the batting team, the first batting team has scored 280 runs. Suppose. So now definitely each and every player of the chasing team will feel that, oh, this target is not at all possible, and many a times it might happen that the whole team has been got out within a score of 100 runs. So the target should be demanding, but it should not be too difficult so that it can be converted into a non-achievable target. Okay, beta? And now the third part is reward. Definitely, if the departmental manager achieves the performance, they should be rewarded. Okay, and now again, what should be the reward? ये नहीं बताया. What are the characteristics of reward? The first one is motivation. Okay, the reward should be linked to the performance of the department itself. I have given you the example that if the evaluation is to be done of a sales department, then target of sales department should be considered for measurement. It will motivate the sales manager to achieve that target. Second point, very important, clarity. At the start of the financial year, you should clearly communicate to the departmental manager that this is the model on which we will evaluate your performance. Okay, these are the inclusion in the formula, these are the exclusion in the formula, so that manager has full idea how their performance will be evaluated. And the last one is controllability. If any transaction during the period occurs, on which there is no direct control of that particular department, that transaction should be eliminated while measuring and evaluating the performance. Clear beta? चलिए, आज बहुत काम आएगा ये topic, because whatever question we are doing, practical question, that will be a combination of building block model and organization in not-for-profit sector. चलिए, now we will move towards the topic how to measure the performance for a not-for-profit organization. We have already seen that not-for-profit organization is a broader term. It doesn't include only the social firm which are doing best for the society, or the environmentalist firm who is protecting the environment. It includes not only the charitable organization, but it also includes those organizations which are working only and only for the benefit of its registered member. Their profit, their target is not to earn the profit. Although they are collecting money from the member, but that purpose is to serve its member properly. तो एक तो है बहुत ही general that we are serving the society, we are protecting the environment, while the other organization are although not charitable one, although not benefiting the society, but they are formed to provide benefit to the रजिस्टर्ड मेंबर. देखिए यहाँ पे बेटा बहुत सारे आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे, जैसा एक ट्रांसपोर्ट बिजनेस हो गया, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट हो गया, आर्ट गैलरी म्यूजियम, ऑल्दो इट विल नॉट फॉर द सोसाइटी बट इट इज फॉर द स्पेसिफिक मेंबर. फिर मेंटेनेंस ऑफ रेसिडेंशियल कॉम्प्लेक्स, स्पोर्ट्स एसोसिएशन, ये जितने भी चीजें हैं ये सभी चीजें अपने स्पेसिफाइड मेंबर को बेनिफिट करने के लिए वर्क करती है, तो ये भी यहाँ पे कवर्ड होंगे. नाउ this is the very first point, who will be covered in not for profit sector. Second question, just try to recall on your own beta, what's the logic we have discussed in the last session regarding why to measure the performance of not for profit organization. Okay, don't turn the pages beta, just try to recall on your own what's the logic behind measuring the performance of a not for profit organization. I am giving you hardly 30 seconds to 45 seconds so that you can recall on your own, and then I will revise the same. Okay, beta, the purpose is those person who are contributing, towards the corpus of such organization wants to know whether their fund has been utilized effectively or not. So, although the organization is not engaged in profit earning activity, but they are responsible for their donor, for their member, so that they can prove to them that whatever money they have donated or contributed to the society, that has been utilized in the most efficient and effective manner. This is the sole purpose of measuring the performance of the department. And then we have seen some challenges, although that challenges are there, but there should be no excuse whatsoever that why we cannot measure the performance of a not-for-profit center. Although there are challenges, but still there is a model known as value for money framework. This is a new terminology beta. Whenever you are measuring the performance of a profit organization, you are having different model: financial model, non-financial model. In financial model, you are having ROI, RI, EVA. In non-financial model, you are having 4 models. But whenever the question of measuring the performance of a not-for-profit organization arises, the only model available with us is known as value for money framework. Through that framework, we will measure and evaluate the performance of a not-for-profit organization. ठीक है बेटा, चलिए लिखिए बेटा. Performance model for measuring the performance of not-for-profit organization. Performance model for measuring the performance of not-for-profit organization. इसमें लिखिए बेटा, ये अंडरलाइन कर दीजिए. The only model available is known as value वैल्यू फॉर मनी फ्रेमवर्क, इन्वर्टेड कॉमा में लिखेगा वैल्यू फॉर मनी फ्रेमवर्क। ब्रैकेट में लिखिए बेटा VFM, इसको VFM फ्रेमवर्क भी बोला जाता है एब्रीवेटेड नाम से, VFM। वैल्यू फॉर मनी फ्रेमवर्क, है ना। जस्ट डू वन थिंग बेटा, प्लीज ओपन पेज नंबर 7.42। पेज नंबर 7.42 में एक मॉडल आपको दिया हुआ है। डोंट रीड आउट द एग्जांपल, just read out what the model says about, and then we will discuss and write the same in our own language. Okay, so I'm giving you some time of 3 to 4 minutes to read out the content of page number 7.42 till this line. यहां तक आप एक बार पढ़िए बेटा इसको, और एक बार अपने लेवल पर समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। और जस्ट इमेजिन द डेटा, वी आर मेजरिंग द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ अ चैरिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और सोशल कॉज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन or environmental organization or a society registered to give benefit to its member. How we are measuring the performance of such organization through value for money framework. If you simply read it out, na beta, the benefit will be comparatively less. But if you imagine that I am going to measure the performance of such and such organization, which is not for profit center, just take any example, whether that is providing education to the underprivileged children, whether they are providing the medical treatment to the poor patient, or whether they are protecting the environment, or whether they are running out the old age home, whatever you may take. But take one example and based on that read out this content, and try to link the same, that how we will going to measure the performance of a not for profit organization. ठीक है बेटा, तो चलिए आपको मैं 3 to 4 मिनट देता हूं, बहुत अच्छे से इमेजिनेशन प्लस इंटरप्रिटेशन दोनों ही रिक्वायर्ड है टू रीड आउट द कंटेंट ऑफ पेज नंबर 7.42। ओके बेटा, हैव यू रीड आउट द सेम? तो देखिए, ओरिजिनली व्हेन द फ्रेमवर्क वाज डेवलप्ड, then there are 3 E's: effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. And nowadays, 2 more E has been added in this value for money framework, and that is equity and ethical. But when you solve the question of value for money framework given in the institute material, the major focus will be on first 3 E: effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. Based on this, we will measure the performance of a not-for-profit organization and thereafter evaluate the fee. Okay, so what do you mean by effectiveness? No, whenever we are measuring the performance from the very first E, known as effectiveness, we will check whether the purpose, the mission of that not-for-profit organization has been successfully achieved during the period in question or not. क्या उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने, अगर वो एजुकेशन दे रहा है अंडर प्रिविलेज चिल्ड्रन को, whether the purpose, whether the mission of that organization has been successfully achieved or not, क्या आप अपने मिशन में कामयाब हुए हो या नहीं हुए हो ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड, that is known as effectiveness, है ना. And second, efficiency. Second is efficiency. Efficiency means जो भी आपने इनपुट लगाया है, whether you have gathered the maximum result, maximum output from that input or not. In other words, whether you have followed the principle minimum input with maximum output, है ना. हम maximum output find out करेंगे with whatever minimum input we are having. So ये check करता है resource utilization. Whatever resources you are having, whether it is in the form of fixed asset or the money, whether you utilize those fixed asset oblique money with minimum input and maximum output principle, है ना. ये हो गया आपका efficiency. Now the economy. Whatever resources you acquired, whether they are capital in nature, whether they are revenue in nature, it doesn't matter. Whatever resources you acquired, whether that resources have been spent in an economical manner or not. क्या आपने quotation बुलाया? Suppose you have purchased a capital asset, है ना. Whether you have invited quotation from different supplier, and based on the norms of our, whether the supplier who has been given that quotation, whether that supplier is providing us the designated quality raw material at lowest price or not. So 3 क्या क्या हुए? Effectiveness. क्या हमने अपना मिशन, अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड सक्सेसफुली अचीव कर पाए क्या. सेकेंड इज एफिशिएंसी, वेदर वी हैव गॉट मैक्सिमम आउटपुट फ्रॉम मिनिमम इनपुट. इकोनॉमी, जो भी हमने मनी स्पेंड किया है वेदर ऑन कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर और रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर, क्या वो इकोनॉमिकल है या नहीं. बट वन थिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट, इकोनॉमिकल के चक्कर में यू शुड नॉट कॉम्प्रोमाइज द क्वालिटी. Quality should be same, but whether you have acquired those resources at a economical cost or not, this should be checked. If the organization can prove that by purchasing the asset, we have invited quotation from several suppliers, and based on the norms of our, this supplier has given us the quotation, and we have given the contract to the supplier who has quoted us the lowest price. So this is the mechanism where we can check, yes, the organization has also achieved the economical factor. Okay, now equity, spend fairly. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको हर महीने खर्चे करना है. कोई बंदे ने अगर आपको 1,20,000 रुपए दिया है, it doesn't mean that you have to spend 10,000 रुपए every month. Fairly, मतलब जब जरूरत हो, whenever there is a need, you can spend excess amount also. When there is a no need to spend, then definitely you can postpone your spending. And the last one is ethical. जो भी आप काम कर रहे हो, that should be within the guideline of ethical standard, है ना. समझ में आया बेटा? लिखिए इसको. Value for money framework. Value for money framework. Judge the organization. Value for money framework. Judge the organization from the following 5 perspectives. value for money framework, measure the performance from the following 5 perspective. ब्रैकेट में लिखिए, the first 3 are the main perspective. The first 3 are the main perspective. Write down beta point number 1, effectiveness. Effectiveness. Whether the organization has successfully achieved its mission oblique objectives, during the period or not. ओके, और एक लाइन ड्रॉप करके लिखिए, सेकंड पॉइंट एफिशिएंसी. Efficiency, whether maximum output has been achieved from minimum input. That is, whether we have properly channelized our assets or not, whether we have properly channelized our resources or not. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट लिखिए बेटा, इकोनॉमी. Whether the resources acquired by the organization, has been procured at lowest cost, without compromising on quality. Without compromising on quality. फिर एक लाइन ड्रॉप करके लिखिए बेटा, equity. Just write down 2 words only. Whether the expenditure has been fairly spent or not. Whether the expenditure has been fairly spent or not. Fairly को अंडरलाइन कर दीजिएगा बेटा. And the last point, ethics. Nothing more to explain on the last point, but the first 3 points are very, very, very important. Okay. Now, beta, I am giving you some time to read out this example. They have given you the example of an organization which is providing education to the children who are below poverty line. है ना? So, यहाँ पे आपको ये पढ़ना है और चेक करना है कि इफेक्टिवनेस में क्या आ रहा है. एफिशिएंसी हम किस लेवल पे चेक करेंगे, इकोनॉमी हम किस लेवल पे चेक करेंगे. वंस यू गो थ्रू दिस एग्जांपल, वंस इट इज कंप्लीटेड, देन आई विल प्रोवाइड यू सम मोर example that you have to think on your own. Okay, if this is the organization, if this is the purpose of my client who is not for profit organization, what points I will consider under the head effectiveness, what points I will cover under the head efficiency and economy, है ना. तो ये क्वेश्चन एग्जांपल से आपको एक गाइडेंस मिलेगा बेटा, that how to think from the perspective of a not for profit organization. So it's a very, very important example. If you read out and interpret it properly, then only you can solve Another example which I will provide you. Just I will provide you the name of the organization, purpose of the organization, and your own imagination. You have to develop the point through which you will check the effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. Okay, beta. So मैं time देता हूँ आपको. Take your time, beta. Take 5 complete minutes to read out this example given in page number 7.42. It's very, very, very important. बहुत अच्छे से इमेजिनेशन के थ्रू कीजिएगा बेटा ना एग्जांपल. दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक इज फुल ऑफ इमेजिनेशन है ना. द क्वेश्चन विल प्रोवाइड यू द मिनिमम डिटेल. यू हैव टू गैदर द डिटेल थ्रू योर इमेजिनेशन, कनेक्टिंग इट टू द रियल लाइफ. And if you have completed the reading, beta, please communicate to me so that I can give you another example of this value for money framework. Jyoti, good evening, beta. You are late almost half an hour. Okay, no issue. Welcome to the class. Okay, Shrivani beta, just wait for 30 seconds more. and then we will discuss this example, and I will give you another example for value for money framework for your own imagination. ओके बेटा, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव था इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का? टू प्रोवाइड एजुकेशन टू द चिल्ड्रन हु आर बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन. ओके, so while measuring the effectiveness, what we can check, how many students have shifted from one class to another class. That is the pass percentage, although this is not given, but you can take this one. How what's the percentage of students coming regularly in the class? If they are coming regularly, then definitely your purpose is fulfilled, because you are here to provide education to the underprivileged children. Okay, how many students have successfully passed their 12th examination? That has been given in the point. So anything can be provided by the student. The only condition is that should be the logical with the question asked. That I have given you a new point. How many students, the passing percentage kitna hai unka? They have shifted from one class to another. How many students are regular in the classes? Suppose there are 100 students and only 10 students are regular in the class, while although there are 100 registered students. So we can say that your purpose of providing education to the underprivileged children is not fulfilled. So n number of points can be there. It totally depends on how you connect yourself to that particular organization example. Regarding the economy efficiency, it means whether we have make the optimum utilization of our resources. And for school, the best manner will be the student and teacher ratio. Or for a teacher, the best ratio will be the 20 student for the primary segment teaching. For the senior segment teaching, it can be near about 50 to 100 student, whether you utilize that one. Another example you can take, although not given in the institute material, is for efficiency you can check. You have two classes. One is the primary classes and the other one is the senior classes. So the building is one. In the morning session, you are conducting the classes for senior student, and in the same premises, when their class school get over, you take the session for the junior student, that is the primary students. So in that manner, you are utilizing that single building twice in a day. So we can say, yes, you are making the optimum utilization of available resources. Economy, whatever payment you are making for electricity, for the support staff, for the faculty, whether they are within the budgeted target and without compromising the quality. This is very, very important, without compromising the quality. Okay, now I am giving you one organization purpose. You have to provide me what you will check under the head effectiveness, what you will check under the head efficiency, what you will check under the head economy. Okay, chill. I am giving you one example. An organization, suppose the name of the organization is Sahara Foundation. To provide, इनका पर्पस है to provide shelter for old age जो होमलेस पर्सन है, ओल्ड एज पीपल है, उनके पास अगर शेल्टर नहीं है तो ये शेल्टर प्रोवाइड करते हैं ओल्ड एज पीपल को। अब आपको बताना है व्हेन एनी परफॉर्मेंस इज मेजर्ड फॉर द सहारा फाउंडेशन विच सोल पर्पस इज टू प्रोवाइड शेल्टर फॉर द ओल्ड एज पीपल, हाउ यू विल मेजर द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ सच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बेस्ड ऑन इफेक्टिवनेस, बेस्ड ऑन एफिशिएंसी एंड बेस्ड ऑन इकोनॉमी, है ना। तो एक चाहिए बेटा, इफेक्टिवनेस में आप क्या चेक करेंगे यहां पे? ओके, एफिशिएंसी में आप क्या चेक करेंगे? एंड इकोनॉमी में आप क्या चेक करेंगे? चलिए बेटा, है ना। द बेस्ट वे टू अप्रोच सच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज लिंकिंग योरसेल्फ टू द रियल वर्ल्ड, है ना। आप इमेजिन कीजिए आप ओल्ड एज होम में टू प्रोवाइड द सर्विसेज, वहां पे आप जो इमेजिन करेंगे चीजें, वही चीज पे डिसाइड होगा हाउ सच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल डिसाइड वेदर दे आर इफेक्टिव और नॉट, हाउ दे विल डिसाइड द एफिशिएंसी, हाउ दे विल डिसाइड द इकोनॉमी, है ना। चलिए समय देता हूं बेटा मैं आपको पूरे 5 मिनट का इस क्वेश्चन को एक बार इमेजिन करने के लिए। Please provide me the answer of yours, beta, regarding the point effectiveness and efficiency. है ना? Please provide me the points of yours regarding the efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, as for Shrivani, effectiveness will be measured on the basis of number of old age people joining that organization, average number of days of stay. This is very important, Shivani. Well done, beta. The second point is ultimate average number of days of stay. If the services provided by that organization is not proper, not secure and safe, definitely, although an old person may come here for shelter, but they will definitely search for another organization who can provide the safe and secure environment to the old age people. A very good point, beta. If anyone wants to write about the effectiveness, average number of days of stay of a old senior citizen, ये लिख सकते हो आप. Aniket has answered number of people coming in old age. बिल्कुल बेटा ये हो सकता है आसपास के एरिया में. Suppose we are located in Indore, है ना? So you have to check in the vicinity of Indore how many people need shelter. Out of that, what percentage of people we are accommodating the shelter. Suppose 1000 जो public है, senior citizen है, they are homeless according to a survey by a reputed organization. हमारे organization में 150 बंदे already रह रहे हैं. So out of 1000 we are providing shelter to 150. इससे पता लगेगा हमारी reach कितनी ज्यादा से ज्यादा है. Very good. Yes, Shrivani, that can be also be the measure. Jyoti ने दिया है effectiveness. Check whether the standard of living of old age people are there or not. Yes, this can be the measure. Whether proper healthcare facility and recreational facility are there or not. Very good point, बेटा ना. सिर्फ आपको old age people को shelter ही नहीं देना है. For to make them your purpose effective, whether you are providing them the proper healthcare, because at that point of age, healthcare is of prime importance. Whether you are providing proper recreational activity for senior citizen, that will be checked. Very good. Seema Furesh have answered number of old age people admitted. Okay. Making sure by advertisement or to create awareness. नहीं बेटा ये नहीं आ पाएगा effectiveness में. Advertisement या social media से हम awareness create करें. ये point यहाँ पे effectiveness में नहीं आ पाएगा. ठीक है बेटा. और चेक थ्रू लोकल सर्वे वेदर आर स्टिल होमलेस. यस भौमिक, द एडिशनल पॉइंट भौमिक हैज गिवन. इफेक्टिवनेस में हम ये चेक कर सकते हैं कि हमारा जो शेल्टर प्रोवाइड हो रहा है वो अभी भी वैकेंट है, कुछ उसमें रूम्स अभी भी वैकेंट है. वी विल चेक थ्रू सर्वे वेदर स्टिल देयर आर एनी पीपल, एनी सीनियर सिटीजन हु आर स्टिल होमलेस. अगर है तो कहीं ना कहीं फिर जो हमारा पर्पस था वो अचीव नहीं हुआ है, because there are still people who are homeless and still we are having the vacant room available in our organization. Efficiency में हम चेक कर सकते हैं whether we are giving maximum output with our minimum input. जैसे यहां पे मान के चले जो भी सपोर्ट स्टाफ है, क्लीनिंग स्टाफ है, उसका रेशियो हम निकाल सकते हैं टू द नंबर ऑफ रूम. That one service staff, one support staff is providing is cleaning services to 10 number of rooms. इससे हम पता लगा सकते हैं whether we are giving maximum output with our minimum input. और फिर जो भी इकोनॉमी में आएगा, जो भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, रेंट है, जो भी मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज है, recreational facilities है, whatever payment we are making to our support staff, whether they are within our budget or not, without compromising the quality of the product. है ना. वन लास्ट पॉइंट लिखेंगे बेटा, उसके बाद फिर अपन इसके क्वेश्चंस पे जाएंगे. प्लीज राइट डाउन वन मोर पॉइंट. वेरी गुड बेटा. दीक्षित, भौमिक, सीमा सुरेश, श्रीवानी, कक्कर, अनिकेत, आई डोंट थिंक द आंसर प्रोवाइडेड बाय यू, द पेपर checker will deduct even a single mark. All of the answer provided by each and every student are 100% up to the mark. Yes, this is through the basis through which we will check the performance of a not-for-profit organization. Write down one more example. Green Foundation. The organization name is Green Foundation. Purpose is to protect the environment. चलिए बेटा, अब आप मुझे बताइए इसमें what will be covered under the head effectiveness, what will be covered under the head efficiency, what will be covered under the head economy. है ना? चलिए, once again I am providing you 5 minutes of time. Think बेटा, ये जो green foundation है, they are their purpose, sole purpose is to protect the environment. How you will check whether they are effective, whether they are efficient, and whether their transactions during the year are economical or not. And please communicate your answer to me beta whenever your answer are finalized about the effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. ओके बेटा, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट डिस्कशन पार्ट। जब भी हम एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करने की बात करते हैं, सो एनवायरनमेंट कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड थ्रू मल्टीपल वीज। द फर्स्ट वन अनडाउटेडली इज द प्लांटेशन। जो रिवर्स है आपके आसपास, उसकी क्लीनिंग भी उतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, वो भी वहां पे कवर्ड होगा। मेरे हिसाब से सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इफेक्टिवनेस में आना चाहिए, हाउ मेनी पीपल आर मेड अवेयर टू प्रोटेक्ट द एनवायरमेंट। Because you as an organization of 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 people cannot make the environment clean, livable environment. It's only when you make aware the surrounding public about the importance of making the environmental very clean, then only your purpose will be fulfilled. बोलते ना, तुम्हारा हमारा साथ रहेगा, तो then definitely we will serve the purpose. So from my own perspective, my very first point, public awareness आपने कितना किया, how much public awareness you have spread about protecting the environment। क्या आपने उनको अपने साथ इन्वॉल्व किया, क्या क्या प्रोग्राम आप लेते हो, जैसे वीकेंड पे आप प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हो कि व्हाट आर द डिसएडवांटेज इफ वी नॉट अवेक राइट नाउ टू प्रोटेक्ट द एनवायरनमेंट। फिर उसके साथ रिपीटेडली आपके साथ हर वीक कितने मेंबर जुड़ रहे हैं, दैट कैन बी द पॉइंट। सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज पब्लिक अवेयरनेस रिगार्डिंग द इफेक्टिवनेस। द सेकेंड पॉइंट इज नंबर ऑफ ट्री planted in the surrounding area. And one student, I think that is Vomik, has given a technical language, that is yes, AQI level. It's known as air quality index. Already we have checked that certain benefits are to be spread over a long period of time. अभी आपने प्लांट लगाया है, it will take time to become tree, है ना। तो अभी आप एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि आपको एक दो साल में ही AQI लेवल कम हो जाएगा। But yes, this is a long-term measure of effectiveness to check the AQI level, that in 2015 the AQI level is this, in 2020 the AQI level is this. With our efforts, we want to achieve the target of this AQI level in the year 2025. So these are the points for effectiveness. And regarding the efficiency, whether we have make the maximum output with our minimum input, जो भी हमारे पास रिसोर्सेस है, क्या हमने वो प्लांट लगाया है जिसको कम से कम हमारे सपोर्ट की जरूरत पड़ेगी, कम से कम हमारे सपोर्ट की जरूरत पड़ेगी, ताकि whatever expenditure we are incurring, that will provide us the maximum output, because there are some plant and trees which can absorb the pollutant level much higher as compared to the other. So efficiency हम check करेंगे whether we have selected the right resources so that we can protect the environment or not, and economy, whatever expenditure we are incurring, ये तो सभी में common रहेगा, whether that expenditure are to the tune of the lowest possible cost without affecting the quality and functionality of our mission. ठीक है बेटा, each and every student has provided me the correct answer. Jyoti, Rashmi, Aniket, Bhumi, Seema, Suresh, Trivani, very good beta, keep it up. Now I am quite confident that you will be able to handle this chapter very well, because almost not even a single student who जिसके आंसर से I am not satisfied. Each and every student has properly given the answer regarding the effectiveness, efficiency and economy. Keep it up my दोस्तों, very good, very good. यही enthusiasm रखना है, यही confidence रखना है till the examination, and definitely the title of chartered accountant will be ours. ठीक है, चलिए। So now we will move to one of the example of building block model along with the performance measure in not for profit factor. आइए बेटा क्वेश्चन है, I think it's the last question given at the end of the chapter. It's question number 11, page number 60. Question number 11, page number 60. ओके बेटा, कैन वी स्टार्ट? देखिए, वेस्ट कोस्ट कम्युनिटी ऑपरेट्स होमलेसनेस सर्विस, जिसको उन्होंने नाम दिया है HF, on a not for profit basis as a local solution to local housing need. So West Coast community operates homelessness service, जिसको नाम दिया है HF, on a not for profit organization to provide local solution to the local housing need. The primary objective, this is very important to check the effectiveness level. Primary objective is very important to check the effectiveness level. The primary objective is to meet the accommodation need of person within its locality, targeting those living in the low middle income group and senior citizen. Once again, read out this primary objective. What is the primary objective of HF? To meet the accommodation need of person within its locality, which are in the lower middle income group and also the senior citizens. Okay. Accommodation is basically furnished. It consists of a small house with kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and a sitting room. The company manages 450 such houses across various localities. So the organization, which is a not-for-profit organization, the name is Homelessness Service. It is providing accommodation need to the low middle income group and also the senior citizen. Accommodation is in the form of a small house, which consists of kitchen, washroom, bedroom, and a sitting room. And the number of accommodation of such houses are 450. Okay. Exclusive services, abbreviation is EF, is a profit-seeking organization which provided rented accommodation to the public. We are not for profit organization. We are comparing our performance to an organization which is in the profit sector. Definitely, the best way to compare is to compare with not for profit organization. Might be there is no other player in our community which is providing the services as provided by us on a no profit, no loss basis. So, in the absence of any other comparable competitor, we are comparing with an organization who is meant to earn profit. The name of that organization is Exclusive Service. EF is a profit-seeking organization which provide rented accommodation to the public. And our competitor managed 200 such houses across similar localities to our operation. For the first para, what is the name of our company? HF. What is the name of our competitor? EF. Both are providing the accommodation service within that area itself. Now the income and expenditure of both are given. Rent received 1 crore 2 lakh. This is our income revenue, and 1 crore 10 lakh approximately. Employee cost are given. Plant maintenance are given. Running repair are given. Operating cost are given, miscellaneous, and deficit. Whether not-for-profit organization will have to incur loss? No way. If you are a not-for-profit organization, it doesn't mean that whatever income statement you are preparing, that must provide us the deficit. No, it can provide no loss, no profit. Even it can provide a reasonable amount of profit so that it can be incurred towards our objective expansion. While the competitor is earning 24 lakh 69,000. Just see the difference better. We are having 450 houses and we are incurring a loss. Our competitor, although a profit organization, but they are having only 200 such number, but generating a reasonable amount of profit, 25 lakh approximately from a turnover of 1 crore 10 lakh. Okay. Operating information दिया है हमें. इसका अगर आप टोटल करेंगे तो इट विल बी 450 बिकॉज वी आर हैविंग टोटल 450 हाउसेज. इसका अगर आप टोटल करेंगे तो डेट विल बी 200 बिकॉज द कॉम्पिटिटर इज हैविंग 200 हाउसेज. 1 बेडरूम, 2 बेडरूम, 3 बेडरूम, 4 बेडरूम ऐसा दिया है. और रेंट पर वीक क्या क्या है? हमारा रेंट कम है, इनका रेंट ज्यादा है. whether it's justifiable, yes, 100% it's justifiable because we are not for profit organization. So therefore our rent charges will have to be comparatively lower than that of our competitor who are in the profit sector organization. Okay. सो ये पॉइंट तो बिल्कुल सही है बेटा। और 4 बेडरूम वाले हमारे पास 80 अकोमोडेशन है, while our competitor is not having any type of 4 bedroom plus accommodation. Okay. Our company had certain houses that were unoccupied during the part of the year. The rent loss as a consequence of unoccupied property amounted to 18,17,500. Can you please tell me, beta, based on this line and one more data, what percentage of property are unoccupied? Percentage में पूछ रहा हूं, percentage of property unoccupied in our organization during the period. Waiting for your answer, beta. Please communicate. You have to find out the percentage of property that remains unoccupied during the period. Percentage terms. ओके, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 20%। देखिए बेटा कैसे निकालेंगे अपन अनऑक्युपाइड प्रॉपर्टी, चला ध्यान से सुनिए। व्हाट इज द रूम रेंट कलेक्टेड? एक्चुअल रूम रेंट कलेक्टेड इज 1,98,600। सो दिस इज द एक्चुअल रूम रेंट कलेक्टेड। Had the no room been unoccupied, then our total revenue would be 1 crore 2 lakh, कितना है? 1 crore 2 lakh 98,600. Tell me the total revenue had there been no unoccupied room. 1 crore 2 lakh 98,600 plus 18 lakh 17,400. So the total revenue that can be earned had there been no unoccupied vacancy, unoccupied room, then the total rent receivable will be 1 crore 21 lakh 16,000. But we have actually received 1 crore 2 lakh 98,600 because of the vacancy unoccupied room in our organization. So now you will consider 18 lakh 17,400. This is the rent foregone due to unoccupied room divided by total capacity 1 crore 21 lakh 16,000. So the percentage will be 15%. Now, our 15% rooms are unoccupied during the period. Whether it's a normal or an abnormal thing. It's a normal thing, but this point will make it as an abnormal. The competitor didn't have any unoccupied houses at any time during the year. Our room rent is just half as compared to our profit making competitor, but even then our 15% rooms are unoccupied while our competitor is not having any room unoccupied during the period. It means it posed a serious question whether we are achieving our desired effectiveness or not, because in effectiveness we will check whether we have achieved the desired objective mission of our organization or not. If our rooms are unoccupied and even if competitor rooms are unoccupied, then we can say that it is part and parcel of the industry. But even providing the accommodation at just half the prices, our rooms are almost 15% unoccupied, but our competitor rooms are fully occupied. That pose a serious question whether we are providing the quality accommodation टू आवर गेस्ट ऑफ मिडल और लो इनकम एंड सीनियर सिटीजन और नॉट, है ना। चलिए बेटा आगे देखते हैं। एम्प्लॉइज वर पेड एज फॉलो। यहां पे अगर आप टोटल लगाएंगे तो आई थिंक इट विल बी 15 एम्प्लॉय। कॉम्पिटिटर के पास भी अगर आप टोटल लगाएंगे तो उनके पास भी 15 एम्प्लॉइज है। सैलरी बता रहा है क्या क्या है यहाँ पे, और कॉम्पिटिटर की सैलरी बताया, ठीक है। प्लांट मेंटेनेंस एंड सब्सटेंशियल रिपेयर दिया है दोनों जगह। मिसलेनियस बिल्डिंग वर्क 10 बार हमने कराया, हर बार की कॉस्ट 12,500 आई कॉस्ट पर आउट। सैनिटरी फिटिंग, एसी अपग्रेड, रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ वुडन फर्नीचर फॉर 3 बेडरूम हाउसेस, ओके। फिर रनिंग रिपेयर का क्लासिफिकेशन दिया है, इमरजेंसी, अर्जेंट, नॉन अर्जेंट, इसकी टोटल कॉस्ट कितनी आई है। ईच रिपेयर अंडरटेकन बाय कॉम्पिटिटर कॉस्ट द सेम इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ रिपेयर। अब अपने को कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट, यहां पे 3 रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट हमें दिया है ना। तो एक काम करते हैं बेटा, अभी आप रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट मत पढ़िए, एक बार दोबारा आप क्वेश्चन को पढ़िए, बिकॉज अनलेस एंड अनटिल द होल कंटेंट ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज इन योर माइंड ना, यू विल नॉट एबल टू आंसर इट परफेक्टली, है ना। सो एक बार और अच्छे से कैलकुलेटर के साथ इस पूरे क्वेश्चन को आप इंटरप्रेट कीजिए इन द कमिंग 5 मिनट, एंड देन वी विल मूव टुवर्ड्स द रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, है ना। तो 5 मिनट्स में आपको दे रहा हूं सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्वेश्चन को दोबारा इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए, है ना। नॉट टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन, सॉल्व नहीं करना है, जो कैलकुलेशन आप अपने लेवल पे कर सकते हो करिए, बट डोंट सी द रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट राइट नाउ। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गैदर ऑल द कंटेंट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इन योर माइंड, क्या क्या दिया हुआ है, उसके बाद ही अपन क्वेश्चन को प्रोफिट करेंगे, ठीक है। चलिए still 1 or 2 minutes are available with you beta. Read out the interpret the question very very carefully. Okay, beta, have you read out the content of the question very carefully? Now we will start the requirement part, है ना? और requirement part हम last से start करते हैं और based on that we will check what could be the answer. क्या बोल रहा है? Third requirement part. Analyze करना है. Analyze means calculation plus explaining that calculation in our own words. 3 performance measures relating to cost and efficiency that could be utilized by the management of homelessness services when comparing its operating performance against that achieved by exclusive services. हमें evaluate करना है 3 performance measure लेकर. What if our performance when compared with the performance of our competitor exclusive services, and that 3 performance measure should be related to the cost and efficiency of our organization and the cost and efficiency of our competitor, but we will have to take 3 performance based, है ना? तो आइए बेटा इसके सॉल्यूशन पार्ट में वहीं से डायरेक्टली अपन इसको समझते हैं टू सेव द टाइम. सबसे पहला उन्होंने लिया है एवरेज रूम रेंट. चलिए पहला उन्होंने लिया है आई मीन पेज नंबर 81, पेज नंबर 81 में हो बेटा. तो क्वेश्चन क्या था समझ गए आप? हमें 3 परफॉर्मेंस मेजर लेना है जिसके आधार पे वी कैन डिलीवर द कॉस्ट एंड एफिशिएंसी ऑफ आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हेन कंपेयर्ड विद द कॉस्ट एंड एफिशिएंसी ऑफ आवर कॉम्पिटिटर, दैट इज ईयर. तो सबसे पहले एवरेज एम्प्लॉय कॉस्ट पर वीक पर हाउस, पर वीक पर हाउस. तो यहां पे हमें क्या करना है? वी आर हैविंग 450 हाउसेस व्हाइल दोस्त इज हैविंग 200 हाउसेस. ठीक है, दोनों के पास 15 नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज है. जरा टोटल लगाइए आप नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज का क्वेश्चन में. बोथ आर हैविंग 15 नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज. यहां पे हम जो सैलरी दे रहे हैं, टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ सैलरी इज 24 lakh of our, while the competitor is paying 38 lakh rupee of salary. For 24 lakh rupee हम सैलरी दे रहे हैं, divided by 450 houses multiplied by 52. Now the question arises, why we have multiplied it by 52? Even you can multiply it by 12, but there is a point given rent per week. When you see the question, the rent is payable on per week basis. So the cost unit of this organization is per week. Therefore, the calculation has been denominated on per week basis because rent is per week. So it will be easy for us to compare that rent per week with the employee cost per week. So 24 lakh rupees incurred by us. We are having 450 number of houses multiplied by 52. So that will provide you the answer. Our employee cost is 102 rupee, while our competitor employee cost is 365. So undoubtedly our efficiency is higher as compared to our competitor, almost 3.5 times the cost that has been incurred by our competitor for every house. Okay, चलिए फिर डे टू डे रिपेयर हम देख सकते हैं बेटा. वी आर हैविंग अ टोटल रिपेयर कॉस्ट ऑफ 23,91,600. again multiply by 450 divided by multiply by 52, while the competitor is having 61. The obvious reason might be our accommodation is older as compared to our competitor. If our accommodation is say about 15 to 20 years before, then definitely the repairing cost nowadays will be higher, while our competitor, if they have opened their organization 2 or 3 years back, then definitely the capital expenditure on repair will not be much. So it's a very subjective matter. But if both the organization have started their operation near about on the same year, then definitely our cost is very high. We have to check whether we are acquiring the quality product at lowest price. सिर्फ हमें lowest price वाले product नहीं acquire करना है, we have to acquire the quality product also, है ना? फिर हम यहाँ पे check करेंगे परसेंटेज ऑफ रेंट लॉस. ये ऑलरेडी हमने देख लिया 15% रेंट लॉस है, जबकि हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर का कोई भी रूम अनऑक्यूपाइड नहीं है. सो व्हाट आर द 3 परफॉर्मेंस मेजर? एम्प्लॉय कॉस्ट पर हाउस पर वीक. ओके, पर हाउस निकालने के लिए 450 से डिवाइड करेंगे, पर हाउस निकालने के लिए 52 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे डिनोमिनेटर को. फिर द सेकेंड पॉइंट इज एवरेज रिपेयर कॉस्ट पर हाउस पर वीक, और पर वीक क्यों लिया बेटा? कैन यू प्लीज प्रोवाइड मी द लॉजिक? आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू द लॉजिक ऑफ per week. Can you please repeat that logic to me? Why we have taken the denomination of per week in case of employee cost also, in case of repair cost also? I'm waiting for your answers, beta. Please communicate. What is the logic behind taking the denomination of per week? I have already told you, just I want to recall through you. Very good, Aniket beta. No, Shrivani, comparability के लिए तो ठीक है बेटा, but the reason is rent is given on per week basis and rent is our income, and we can technically say it is the cost unit. Rent per week is our cost unit, so better to convert all the expenses on per week basis itself. It is rent per house per week, so better to express other expenses also in per house per week. Okay, if you want to write this logic better, you can write, because after some days you will not be able to recall why they have taken the base of week, why they have not taken the base of a month, है ना? So अगर rent हमें per month दिया रहता, then we can take the employee cost per house per month. Write it somewhere beta in your own words, why we have taken the use of per week instead of per day or per month. Have you written the same beta? चलिए अब अपन आते हैं in the second requirement part. When you read out the second requirement part, it says evaluate on the basis of flexibility and service quality. तो उसमें क्या क्या पॉइंट्स आप कवर करेंगे? इन सर्विस क्वालिटी का मतलब क्या होता है, पहले तो देखिए कैसे ड्राफ्ट करता है इंस्टीट्यूट सजेस्टेड आंसर. सी द पैटर्न. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सर्विस क्वालिटी? इट इज एक्सप्लेन that service quality is the measurement how a delivered service conforms to the customer expectation. This is something which is called as service quality. Now this question is related for not for profit organization. Now यहां पे हम not for profit organization की बात कर देंगे कि we are providing our services to lower income group, middle income group and senior citizen. हमारा जो रेंट है वो कंपैरेटिवली कम है एज कंपेयर टू अवर पीयर कॉम्पिटिटर, यहां पे हम बोल देंगे, है ना? अब यहां पे हम चेक करेंगे सर्विस क्वालिटी को अलग अलग पैमाने पर. जो भी हमारा स्टाफ है उनका बिहेवियर कैसा है, एटीट्यूड कैसा है हमारे ओन गेस्ट के साथ, क्या हम उन्हें बेसिक एमिनिटीज की क्वालिटी प्रोवाइड कर पा रहे हैं या नहीं कर पा रहे, वेदर अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑन साइट सर्विस स्पेशली फॉर सीनियर सिटीजन, वेदर वी आर हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज और नॉट, और सेफ्टी क्या है विद इन एंड अराउंड द रेसिडेंशियल यूनिट, बिकॉज द पर्सन लिविंग आर नॉट इनफ फाइनेंशियली साउंड so that they can secure yourself. So it's the responsibility of the organization to provide them a safe and secure environment. इन सब से हम सर्विस क्वालिटी पता लगा पाएंगे. नाउ रिगार्डिंग द फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, है ना, जब भी कोई हमारे पास बंदा आता है कि वी वांट अ हाउस, व्हाट इज द एवरेज वेटिंग टाइम विद इन विच द टेनेंट विल गेट द होम. फिर जब आती है कि वी वांट 2 bedroom instead of 1 bedroom, already they are in 1 bedroom apartment, now they want 2 bedroom apartment, तो कितनी जल्दी हम उनको वो प्रोवाइड कर पाते हैं. रिपेयर के 3 नेचर है, इमरजेंसी, अर्जेंट और नॉन अर्जेंट. इमरजेंसी रिपेयर को हम कितना स्पीड अप कर पाते हैं वो देखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे, तो ये चीज यहाँ पे आ जाएगी, है ना. सपोज इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वर्क नहीं कर रही है इन वन ऑफ द अपार्टमेंट, इफ दैट अपार्टमेंट इज रिलेटेड टू अ इनकम ग्रुप which is also which is low on income group, but the person are in the age of 30 to 40 years, okay, and there is another unit in which the senior citizen are residing there. But since the senior citizen are residing there, therefore the electricity work of that house where the senior citizen are living is utmost important, है ना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो यंग एज है वो फिर भी मैनेज कर लेगी 2 or 3 आवर, बट द सीनियर सिटीजन के केस में अगर इन द नाइट इफ देयर इज नो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, हाउ क्विकली यू रिस्टोर दैट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी विल बी चेक अंडर द हेड फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, है ना। यहां पे भी आप देखेंगे बेटा फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी को पहले इन्होंने डिफाइन किया है ना। वन थिंग आई वांट टू से विथ फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बेटा ना, होता क्या है, व्हाट हैपन इन दिस पेपर, वी रीड आउट द क्वेश्चन, we read out the answer, we understand everything, but what we miss here, that the writing technique, how to draft a question, how to draft the answer। अगर आप सर्विस क्वालिटी में भी देखेंगे, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी में भी देखेंगे, तो दोनों जगह पहले डिफाइन किया गया है व्हाट द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी, एंड दिस द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी कैन बी यूज्ड इन एनी नंबर ऑफ n number of question whenever the word flexibility or service quality is there। फिर बताया फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी का मतलब नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में क्या होगा, फिर डिफरेंट एग्जांपल के थ्रू यहां पे उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया है। इसी प्रकार से जब आप थर्ड रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट देखेंगे तो उन्होंने पहले बताया है हमारे पास टोटल एम्प्लॉयज कितने हैं, डायरेक्टली दे हैव नॉट मेड द कैलकुलेशन पार्ट, कैलकुलेशन पार्ट के पहले उन्होंने पूरा इसको प्रॉपरली एक्सप्लेन किया है, व्हाट इज द टोटल सैलरी ऑफ आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, व्हाट इज द टोटल सैलरी ऑफ our competitor organization, how many employees are there, how many number of rooms are there, each and everything has been explained properly before making the final calculation। clear है बेटा। चलिए अब जो फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट है Please read out very carefully, beta, and try to learn the art of writing the answer. Please communicate to me, beta, if you have done the reading and learn the art of writing through these questions. They are very lengthy, and one thing is to be clear in mind, beta. ICI didn't expect such lengthy answer also to be given by student. ICI के point of view से they have to consider each and every aspect while providing the answer to the student. Even if you can provide 60-65% of the content as given in the study material lengthwise, then it will be more than enough for a 20 marks question. Okay. So never demotivated that although the question is also very lengthy, the solution is too lengthy, how we will do in the examination. Even if you provide 60% content of the standard question, that will be sufficient to catch you full marks 20 out of 20. Okay, can I assume that each and every student has read out the content properly? There any doubt in any of the point? You can ask the same. Okay, beta. Now let's take a break of 15 minutes. We will meet sharp at 1957. है ना? 1957 को अपन मिलते हैं. Let's take a break of 15 minutes, and then we will solve one more question on this point regarding the building block model and building block model along with the not-for-profit organization. We require the CFD, बेटा ना. Case study digest से हम एक question solve करेंगे. So be ready with the case study digest after the break. Let's meet after 15 minutes break at 1957. Okay. Thank you, Vida. Okay, beta, welcome back. Chaliye. So now we will start a question from case study digest. Have you downloaded the case study digest, beta? Or if you are having the hard copy, then it's well and good. So one or two questions we will do from case study digest because they are very good questions related to this chapter. Without such question, it's not possible to wind up this very important chapter. Beta, I once again thank you all very much because all of you have supported thoroughly in this particular chapter. This particular chapter requires a lot of support from the student from the viewpoint of a faculty. Okay, and thank you all, beta. Thank you all. So आइए लास्ट सेकेंड क्वेश्चन अपन स्टार्ट करते हैं. आई एम इन पेज नंबर 82. इट्स केस स्टडी नंबर 17. पेज नंबर 82, केस स्टडी नंबर 17. Bhaumik has answered for do we have to add the benchmarking point in all the cases whenever we were asked to evaluate the value for money as given in question number 11.1? No, beta, not necessarily. I already told you that whenever answer is being drafted by the board of studies, they have to cover each and every aspect. They are trying to cover 100% of the concept that will might be possible in that particular case. But as a student, you are not expected to deal with such vast coverage in a particular question. If you are able to attempt, give the answer to the tune of 60%, what the ICI suggested answer are, you have done wonder. And I'm quite sure that you will get 100 out of 100 marks in that particular question related to the case studies. So quantity doesn't matter. What matter is the quality and logical content, logical reasoning given by you. Okay. So let's start with a case study digest ka page number 82, question number 70. I'm starting this question. ITB is a multi-brand, diversified corporation that deals in a wide range of industry, from hotels to FMCG, from paper to tobacco, from IT solution to agro, through its different division and department, which are working independently. Can you please link this line with any of the concept that we have studied in this particular chapter? Through its different division and department which are working independently. Can you please link one of the concept that we have studied in this particular chapter through this particular line? I'm waiting for your response. चलिए बेटा जल्दी से मुझे बताएं इस लाइन से पर्टिकुलर लाइन से व्हाट concept you will be able to recall from this particular chapter. Oh wow, very good beta. Jyoti, your answer is also correct. Shrivani, your answer is also correct. It's the topic of responsibility accounting, responsibility center. Whenever the organization is decentralized, that is decision making power, that is autonomy are provided to the departmental manager, then only responsibility accounting is applicable. And in responsibility accounting, we are having responsibility center, and there are 4 different types of responsibility center, starting from cost center, revenue center, profit center, and the investment center. Very good. Jyoti, Shrivani, Bhavin has given the correct answer. Very good, beta. Chaliye, बढ़े आगे. Manager of some of their division are accountable for their cost and revenue. For their cost and revenue, it means they are profit center. If a department is responsible for their cost along with their revenue, it means they are profit center. While in others, they are additionally accountable for capital employed also. Can you please tell me, beta, the interpretation of this line? While in other, they are additionally accountable for capital employed also. Which bifurcation of responsibility center they are talking about? Yes, Aniket beta, correct answer है. what bifurcation they are talking about. Which bifurcation of revenue center they are talking about? They very good beta. They are talking about the investment center, because the investment center is not only accountable for cost, revenue, in other words, profit, but they are also accountable for optimum utilization of their capital resources. Very good beta. बढ़े आगे देखिए. Now the company is still diversifying its business. Okay. So पहला डिपार्टमेंट इन्होंने दिया है FMCG डिपार्टमेंट. In the recent quarter, the FMCG of the company launched Moonfest Dream Cream Biscuit, which are flavored twin cream biscuit. So जो FMCG डिपार्टमेंट है, इन्होंने जस्ट एक नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च किया जिसका नाम है Moonfest, which are flavored with twin cream biscuit. These biscuits are available in two different sizes of packing or price, ₹5 for 35 gram and ₹10 for 80 gram. Department decided the price considering the cost it incurred and a preferred margin. जो भी प्राइस डिसाइड की गई है, the consideration is what cost we are incurring and a desired margin. The margin stipulated by manager for 2 years period. Okay. The market segment relevant to such cream biscuit is highly competitive and hostile. Customers are price sensitive too. But the segment have a turnover value of nearly 4.5 crore during such recent quarter. This is very important, beta. This is the turnover of the segment, of the complete market segment. Industry is having a turnover of 4.5 crore during the recent quarter. Response to our product is merely reasonable. The department is looking forward to launching a range of flavor. A report containing investment requirement regarding the new flavor sent to the corporate head office for approval. As per the market research report of a trade association, during the same quarter, a total of around 375 metric ton biscuit was sold in the relevant segment. है ना? So वापस पढ़िए बेटा इस पैरा को दोबारा. सबसे फर्स्ट पैरा बोल रहा है जो अभी भी क्वार्टर गया है, हमारा एक डिपार्टमेंट है FMCG डिपार्टमेंट. They had launched a product known as Moonfest, है ना? दो डिफरेंट साइज में इन्होंने लॉन्च किया है, ₹5 for 35 gram and ₹10 for 80 gram. Department has decided the price based on the formula, the cost it incurred and a preferred margin. The market segment is highly competitive. Customers are price sensitive too. The industry is having a turnover of 4.5 crore during the quarter nearly ended. Our response to our product is merely reasonable. So the department is looking forward to launch a range of flavor. For this, they require capital investment, and the proposal for capital investment has been sent to head office for approval. है ना? Market research बताता है for trade association during the same quarter, industry has sold 375 metric ton of biscuit. So this is the information about first department of our company, FMCG department. Second department, agro division. A high yield variety of hybrid maize feed known as HY10 was developed after incurring the huge R&D cost, nearly 2.35 CR by the agro division. So जो agro division है, उन्होंने एक product launch किया है. The name of the product is HY10 after incurring huge R&D cost of 2.35 crore. And the specialty of this, it's a high yield variety, means for minimum feed they can produce maximum output. Maize is largely a rabi crop and feed rate depends upon the factor like purpose, seed size, season, plant type, sowing method, etc. For winter and spring, maize feed rate of 8 to 10 kg per acre is desired, whereas for sweet corn, baby corn and popcorn, feed rate of 6, 8, 16 and 7 kg per hectare is respectively desired. अभी कुछ डेटा दे रहा है बेटा, उसको प्रॉपर्ली इंटरप्रेट करना पड़ेगा. विंटर और स्प्रिंग नाम से जो मक्के के दाने हैं, फीड फेड, मेज फीड फेड, वो पर एकड़ 8 to 10 kg लगता है. वाइल जो स्वीट कॉर्न है, बेबी कॉर्न है या पॉपकॉर्न है, वो 8 kg 16 kg and 7 kg per acre respectively लगता है, लेकिन our product HY10 committed and provide high yield and big deep grain also reduces the feed requirement to 80 to 90% of aforementioned. तो ऊपर आपने बोला अगर आप नीच फीड ग्रो कर रहे हैं तो दैट रिक्वायर 8 to 10 kg of feeds per acre. लेकिन if the farmer take our product HY10, the feed requirement are almost reduced to 80 to 90%. Okay. The second, for feed corn, 8 kg per acre is required. For baby corn, 16 kg per acre is required. For popcorn, 7 kg per acre is required. Also, this requirement will be reduced if the farmer uses our new product HY10 for its farming. Okay. C555 was a prominent seller prior to the launch of HY10, and its 4 kg packaging was sold for in the range of 1415 to 1500 generally. तो यहां पे हमें एक कॉम्पिटिटर बताया गया है, हमारे से पहले यही क्वालिटी का आउटपुट एक ब्रांड है C555 वो बेचता है और उसकी 4 kg की पैकेजिंग 1450 से 1500 रुपए के बीच में आती है. Other players were also working on developing our own meat feed. जो हमने बनाया है उसी टाइप का बनाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Agro department have lined up many such more development projects which are duly approved by the divisional head and some are in pipeline. This is one of the products. While there are many n number of products which are on the pipeline and which are duly approved by the departmental head. Okay. Company approved, HY10 approved by the regulator and government authority 3 seasons ago and available for commercial sale thereafter in the market. Already we have launched this product 3 seasons ago. हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट है वो 2 kg, 10 kg और 25 kg के लॉट में बेचा जाता है. Figures pertaining to this 3 season are as follows. तो जो फर्स्ट सीजन है उसका रेवेन्यू 7460 है, वॉल्यूम इतना है. सेकेंड और थर्ड का भी हमें दिया हुआ है. ओके. अब लास्ट डिवीजन के बारे में बात कर रहा है आईटीबी डिवीजन. सबसे पहला डिवीजन एफएमसीजी डिवीजन, सेकेंड डिपार्टमेंट एग्रो डिपार्टमेंट, थर्ड डिपार्टमेंट आईटीबी होटल. ITB hotel are known for state-of-art amenities and great hospitality. The occupancy rate ranges from 70 to 80% on average, but for a few metropolitan locations, the occupancy touches to 90 to 100%. City to city depend करता है occupancy rate. Company follow tariff policy, wherein tariff is based upon the cost of living of individual city and occupancy rate when customer check in. ठीक है. तो जो भी इनका टैरिफ है वो दो चीजों पे डिपेंड करता है. What is the cost of living of that individual city and the occupancy rate. Suppose इनका एक होटल है मुंबई में and the second hotel is in Indore. Definitely the rate difference will be there because cost of living in Mumbai is comparatively higher, so they can charge higher tariff there. Also it depends upon the occupancy. If the occupancy is very low, we can offer some discount, but if the occupancy is on the higher side, definitely we will not offer the customer discount because we know that this room will also be occupied very soon. Dr. Angel Gupta, who is a regular guest at ITB in Mumbai due to her medical conference, surprised to see the variation between the tariffs. She was charged 5,400 per night when her stay during the trip falls on weekdays and 8,000 when it falls on weekend. So एक रेगुलर कस्टमर है इनकी डॉक्टर एंजल गुप्ता. शी वाज सरप्राइज्ड टू सी द फेयर डिफरेंस. ऑन द वीकडेज द होटल इज चार्जिंग 5,400 व्हाइल ऑन द वीकेंड द रेट सेम होटल सेम रूम गोज अप टू 8,000 रुपीज. है ना. सो बेटा इस टाइप के जो क्वेश्चन है ना, दे विल नॉट गिव यू कॉन्फिडेंस इन अ सिंगल रीडिंग. So there must be second interpretation reading, then only we will start the requirement part of the question. So I'm giving you complete 5 minutes of time. एक और बार इसको क्वेश्चन को पढ़िए बेटा, याद रखिएगा. Whenever there is a case study of 20 marks question, devote minimum 15 to 20 minutes in reading. If you devote proper time in reading now, definitely you will get the structure what to write after that. But if you want to write it after a reading or a flow, then definitely it will be typical for a student, especially in that pressure hour of 3, to follow a particular case study, which is although lengthy and also carries 20 marks. So my recommendation, strong recommendation will be, if you are attempting a 20-mark case study, give it a minimum interpretation reading time of 15 to 20 minutes. And in the remaining 15 minutes, you will draft the solution. And always remember, content doesn't matter, quality, content matter, quantity doesn't matter. कितना लिख रहे हैं उससे मतलब नहीं है. और जब भी आप सॉल्यूशन पढ़ते हैं ना बेटा, I have repeatedly told in this lecture, see the art of writing the answer. That's very important. सिर्फ आंसर पढ़ के समझ लेना, it's not enough for professional like chartered accountant. You must also know how to present your answer. And study material is the best source. They have given n number of questions for your practice. There are case study digests for your practice, and check out what methodology they have followed while answering. पहले मीनिंग लिख रहे हैं, एग्जाम्पल कहां पे दे रहे हैं, कैलकुलेशन कैसे कर रहे हैं, whether they are explaining the calculation. All this thing you have to be kept in mind while reading the solution part. Okay, so I'm giving you some time, beta, 5 minutes of time to read out this question once again. No need to follow any requirement part right now. First of all, have a sound reading once again, and then we will start the requirement part of the question. Okay, beta. So 5 minutes I am giving to you. If you have done the reading, beta, please communicate to me so that we can start discussing the solution part. Okay, Jyoti beta, you have completed the reading. Just wait a minute and then we will start the requirement part. ओके बेटा, नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट द रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट. देखिए रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट क्या बोल रहा है. एक्सप्लेन, कमेंट ऑन द आईटीबीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर एंड इट्स अप्रोप्रिएटनेस. तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर अपन ने पढ़ा था, 4 प्रकार के होते हैं. यहां पे डेफिनेटली डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर है, जहां पे डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स को इंडिपेंडेंटली ऑटोनॉमी दी गई. Some are profit center, some are cost center, some are also investment center. And definitely जितना बड़ा आपका ग्रुप होगा, it's better to make strategic business unit in the form of investment center. ये पहला पॉइंट. फिर the second point is a pure theoretical point in which you have to define the responsibility accounting and responsibility center. Okay, we will not discuss that one. And third one is also a pure theoretical point. Explain profit center and investment center. Okay, now this is very, very important. You have to identify the nature of FMCG division and agro division from the preview of responsibility accounting. From the preview of responsibility accounting आपको identify करना है FMCG का कौन सा नेचर है एंड एग्रो डिवीजन का कौन सा नेचर है फ्रॉम द प्रीव्यू ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अकाउंटिंग, है ना. डोंट लुक एट द सॉल्यूशन पार्ट बेटा, आई एम गिविंग यू द आंसर. आपने एफएमसीजी डिवीजन पढ़ा है, आपने एग्रो डिवीजन पढ़ा है. आप मुझे बताइए फ्रॉम द प्रीव्यू ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अकाउंटिंग, दे आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सेंटर, दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अकाउंटिंग के प्रीव्यू से उनका नेचर बताइए, एफएमसीजी डिपार्टमेंट और एग्रो डिपार्टमेंट का, ना. दे आर नॉट आस्क्ड अबाउट द लास्ट डिपार्टमेंट. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर बेटा. मुझे बताइए प्रीव्यू ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अकाउंटिंग के हिसाब से क्या नेचर है एफएमसीजी डिपार्टमेंट एंड एग्रो डिपार्टमेंट का. I am giving you the hint. In FMCG department, there are 2 para. The second para will provide you the answer. No, beta, Seema Suresh, we are not supposed to answer whether it's a profit center, revenue center, or any other center. We are supposed to answer from the preview of responsibility accounting. Although responsibility center is a part of responsibility accounting, but before that, okay, Seema Suresh, agro department is a profit center, okay, and FMCG department is a revenue center, okay. What's the view of other student, beta? Please communicate. You have to identify the nature of first 2 division from the preview of responsibility accounting. Okay, as per Jyoti, it's a profit center FMCG and it's an investment center. Okay, beta, very good. Almost correct. जिन्होंने आंसर दिया है सीमा सुरेश, ज्योति कक्कर, your answer is correct, beta. First of all, from the preview of responsibility accounting, both the department are decentralized one because they are taking decision on their own, and now they are taking decision on their own. Now we have to bifurcate department into profit center, revenue center, cost center, or investment center. FMCG department is definitely a profit center because the line first para last line deciding its sale price based on the cost and the profit margin, and the profit margin is set up for a period of 2 years that indicate that the department is not only responsible for the cost but also responsible for the revenue. Why FMCG department is not an investment center? Because of the second para. FMCG department profit center hai, but they are not the investment center because for capital investment decision, they have to take the approval of the head office. Had it been the investment center, then any disposal and acquisition of capital asset will be done by the departmental manager on their own. But in this case, the margin is decided by the manager for 2-year period. It means it is concerned with the profit. So this department, FMCG, is a profit center and not an investment center. Because of this line, they are sending capital investment decision for approval to the head office. While agro department is an investment center, because they are development project जो भी होता है वो duly approved होता है department head के साथ. There is no approval required for any development project, and they are incurring huge amount of expenditure on R&D project. It means agro department is an investment center because not only its department is responsible for generating the profit, but department is also responsible for optimum utilization of resources, and whatever decision are to be taken, that are taken by the departmental head regarding the departmental project. Clear है बेटा? बढ़े आगे. Now fourth requirement part. अभी जो fourth requirement part है, it is full to calculation based. Evaluate the pricing strategy adopted. यहां पे ध्यान दीजिएगा, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. Along with appropriateness and set of advice where it seems inappropriate by 3 department. तो आपको क्या क्या करना है? सबसे पहले आपको बताना है क्या प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी अडॉप्ट किया है हर डिपार्टमेंट. सेकेंड, क्या वो अप्रोप्रिएट है? तो बढ़िया है. इफ दे आर इनअप्रोप्रिएट, यू हैव टू गिव द एडवाइस. 3 चीजें समझ में आई बेटा आपको. सबसे पहला, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी. Second, you have to check the appropriateness of pricing strategy adopted by the department, and in case they are inappropriate, you have to advise the correct strategy, and calculation वगैरह आपको सब करके देना है. तो let's start with the FMCG department, है ना. मैं आपको 1 से 2 मिनट का टाइम देता हूं बेटा. Identify the pricing strategy adopted by FMCG department, है ना, and its appropriateness. 2 minutes are available with you. Try to complete your thought process within that 2 minutes regarding the FMCG department. अभी सिर्फ हम उसी का डिस्कशन करेंगे. यहां पे जो चैप्टर का कंसेप्ट लगेगा बेटा, दैट इज प्राइसिंग डिसीजन. ओके अनिकेत बेटा, राइटली आइडेंटिफाइड द प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी। यश, शिजेश, द करेक्ट आंसर है बेटा। अब उसकी चेक कीजिए आप एप्रोप्रिएटनेस, वेदर दैट प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी एडॉप्टेड बाय द डिपार्टमेंट एफएमसीजी इज एप्रोप्रिएट और नॉट। उसके लिए जो आपको न्यूमेरिकल डेटा का दिया है ना बेटा, दैट डेटा यू हैव टू यूज, है ना। आपको कॉम्पिटिटर के बारे में बताया और आपको अपने प्रोडक्ट की प्राइस के बारे में भी बताया गया। यूज दैट डेटा टू कम्युनिकेट द एप्रोप्रिएटनेस और इनएप्रोप्रिएटनेस ऑफ द प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी adopted by the department. वेरी गुड सीमा सुरेश बेटा, वेरी गुड। दीक्षित, सही आंसर है बेटा। चलिए देखिए बेटा, सबसे पहले तो इन्होंने कॉस्ट प्लस प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी अडॉप्ट किया है, दैट हैज बीन गिवन इन द फर्स्ट पैरा लास्ट सेकंड लाइन, है ना। यहां पे इन्होंने दिया है जो प्राइसिंग पॉलिसी है दैट इज कॉस्ट प्लस प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, ठीक है। नाउ वी विल चेक द एप्रोप्रिएटनेस ऑफ इट, है ना। लीजिए बेटा, 5 रुपी में आप 35 ग्राम फोल्ड आउट करते हैं, सो यू टू फाइंड आउट, डिवाइड कीजिए, ₹5 डिवाइडेड बाय 35 ग्राम इंटू 1000 ग्राम, सो पर केजी प्राइस आ गई आपकी 142 रुपी। और अगर वो बड़ी पैकिंग लेता है तो व्हाट इज द प्राइस, 10 डिवाइडेड बाय 80 इंटू 1000, सो 125। सो आई कैन से आपका जो प्राइस रेंज है प्रोडक्ट का वो है 125 रुपी से लेकर 142 रुपी पर केजी का, ठीक है। जबकि मार्केट की प्राइस क्या है, 1 मेट्रिक टन इज इक्विवेलेंट टू 1000 केजी, 1 मेट्रिक टन इज इक्वल टू 1000 केजी, सो 3,75,000 केजी मार्केट में बिस्किट बेचे गए हैं, है ना। टोटल मार्केट रेवेन्यू वाज 4.5 करोड़, तो डिवाइड कीजिए, 4.5 करोड़ divided by 3,75,000 kg. So the answer is 120 rupee per kg. Market price sensitive है, market highly competitive है, and you are selling your biscuit at a premium. So definitely that's why the response is merely reasonable. They have used the word merely reasonable, just merely reasonable, है ना। मार्केट प्राइस इज 120 while you are charging approximately 10 to 15% margin on your product, while in case of price sensitive customer this pricing policy will not work. So the pricing policy adopted by the company is inappropriate in a highly competitive market. In a price sensitive customer, the safest pricing policy is competitive pricing, आप ये ले सकते हो, and even if you are aggressive then you can go for penetration pricing strategy, ठीक है बेटा, ये हमने बता दिया। अब एग्रो डिपार्टमेंट की हम बात कर लेते हैं, जरा ध्यान दीजिएगा। एग्रो डिपार्टमेंट रेवेन्यू आया है 7460 in 1000 while the volume is in क्विंटल, है ना। 1 क्विंटल इज इक्वल टू 100 केजी, है ना। अब डिवाइड करेंगे, 7460 लीजिए कैलकुलेटर में, 7460 और ये 1000 में है तो मैंने 3 जीरो और लगा दिया, 74,60,000 आपका आंसर है। रेवेन्यू इज 74,60,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 149.2 क्विंटल, एंड 1 क्विंटल इज इक्वल टू 100 केजी, सो 149.2 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, सो 14,920 से डिवाइड कीजिए, 74,60,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 14,920, So the price per kg is 500 रुपी, है ना। अब निकालिए सेकंड का प्राइस क्या आ रहा है बेटा, 13,185 डिवाइडेड बाय 293, डायरेक्ट भी कर देंगे तो एक रफली आंसर मिल जाएगा, दैट इज 450 रुपी पर केजी। 12460 डिवाइडेड बाय 311.5, सो इट इज 400 रुपी पर केजी। चेक कीजिए ना बेटा, ऐसी कोई प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी जहां पे इन द इनिशियल पीरियड प्राइस विल बी हायर, फर्स्ट सीजन में प्राइस थी 500, फिर धीरे धीरे वो कम होते जाती है, एंड उसी प्राइसिंग में था देयर विल बी हैवी R&D एक्सपेंडिचर, सो वी हैव टू प्राइस द प्रोडक्ट एट अ वेरी हाई प्राइस so that we can recover the initial R&D cost. What is the pricing strategy? Last chapter में ही पढ़ा है आपने. What is that pricing strategy in which we kept the prices superficially high in the initial stage, and gradually as the product moves on from introduction to growth, growth to maturity, we will decline the product. And also many of the companies are also working on developing such type of seeds. Can you please name the strategy? Yes, beta, very good. Jyoti, Geeta, Kalidas, Dikshit, yes, this is skimming pricing strategy, and definitely it's an appropriate one, and definitely it's an appropriate one, because to recover the high R&D cost, we can go for this option, and there are many online development projects going on in our organization, which will also be launched in the near future, and definitely in the initial period, since the technology is new, yield is much greater than the existing seed. Therefore, we can charge premium pricing for the initial period, and then gradually we will reduce it. Okay, beta? Chaliye, very good, beta. Now, जो third इनका product है, is ITB होटल, है ना। इसमें आप जरा मुझे बताइए कि कौन सी प्राइसिंग स्ट्रेटेजी इन्होंने अडॉप्ट किया है ना। यहाँ पे दो आंसर है बेटा, एक तो पहला आंसर इसके आधार पे रहेगा, है ना, दिस आंसर, और दूसरा इसके आधार पे भी आपको एक करना पड़ेगा। मैं आपको हिंट देता हूं, ओला उबेर की जो प्राइसिंग होती है ना, उससे आप एक प्राइसिंग यहां पे बता सकते हैं वीकेंड और वीकडेज में। जो मल्टीप्लेक्स प्राइसिंग अडॉप्ट करते हैं फॉर वीकडेज एंड वीकेंड शो, वाली सेम प्राइसिंग यहाँ पे, तो सोचिए क्या नाम दे सकते हैं। ऑल्दो देयर इज नो direct content available in the study material when we completed that particular chapter pricing decision, but when you relate it to the real life, you can definitely communicate me the answer. What the pricing strategy adopted by the ITB hotel? Yes, Bhomik, very good beta. Chali beta, the pricing policy they have adopted for their different cities is known as differential pricing. Different pricing for different cities. Although the brand is same, you can take the example of Leela Hotel or the Taj Hotel. Okay, Taj has many hotels not only in India but also around the globe. So for different hotel, for different city, they are charging different rate. Even you can take the example of Goa. I think Taj is having 2 or 3 hotel in there, and each and every hotel is having different pricing based on the facilities and based on the area. If the hotel is very near to the beaches, definitely it will cost more to the customer. And if the hotel is in the center of the city, not on the beach side, it will cost less, because Goa particularly for beaches. Okay, so that is known as differential pricing. And ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये वाले, इसको बोला जाता है ओला, उबर एंड ऑल द मल्टीप्लेक्स कंपनी आर फॉलोइंग दिस पॉलिसी. दिस इज नोन एज पीक लोड प्राइसिंग. Whenever the load increases, definitely we will charge the higher price. Ola, Uber called it as surge pricing. Whenever the demand increases, the price goes beyond a further level. So यहाँ पे ये pricing बिल्कुल perfect है. But for regular customer like Angel Gupta, some consideration should be given that our regular customer should be charged the same price irrespective whether they are in the hotel on weekdays or weekend. Otherwise, the pricing charged by the hotel is very, very logical one. Differential pricing, different price for different cities. And the second one is peak load pricing policy is also applicable. यहाँ पे weekend और weekdays दिया है, ये भी हो सकता है बेटा. Season period and off season period. अगर हम कश्मीर की बात करते हैं, so it starts from February to June. ये उनका सबसे main season है. So they will charge definitely the higher price. And the very off season, if we can say July to September or October is the off season, for the same category of hotel, you will find the low price. ठीक है बेटा, चलिए. तो आज के सेशन में बेटा बस अपन इतना ही रखते हैं, because if we study more on today's session ना बेटा, then it will be over the head, है ना. I don't want that one. So thank you for your full cooperation in this particular chapter beta. I want that enthusiasm only which you have provided me in the last 6 session. I'm really grateful to each and every student for being very participative, because if you are not participating in this chapter, definitely the benefit will be curtailed. And I am very glad that I got full support from all my dear student beta. Thank you, dil se beta. Now, in the next session beta, 1 or 2 very small topic left in this. You can easily do that beta. And if there is any doubt, I am always ready to solve your doubt. In the next session, we will start a full to practical chapter that is known as transfer pricing. Okay, beta. Till then, thank you, beta. Goodbye. Good night. God bless you all.